So there I am, 10 years old. 10 years old, ice spiky tipped hair, wearing an Abercrombie shirt, waiting for another bus. Like waiting for the school bus, I wasn't happy. I was about to embark on a 4-hour ride up to northern Michigan to some stupid summer camp for Korean kids called Sejong Camp. I didn't care. Why would I want to go to a place to be surrounded by people who would remind me of what I was ashamed of? See, I grew up adopted with white parents in Southeast Michigan in the 90s. This was before BTS and Parasite, so instead of people asking North or South in response to hearing I was Korean, they would ask if that was in China or Japan. And while my parents loved me very much, I realized very quickly I wasn't white. It seems like every day it was something. Kids pulling their eyes back and ching-chonging, to people graduating to the real artisanal slurs by the end of elementary school. It was everywhere. The library, the mall, the grocery store. A dull, constant roar of ignorant bias and racism that really hardened my heart. I became moody and caustic, and at 10, I hated myself. And with feelings like that, how dare my parents send me here? I'm too cool for this shit, man. Give me a break. Well, I didn't have much of a choice, so I got on the bus with my fear and anxiety, and we took off toward camp. So this was a huge tour bus, filled front to back with Korean kids who looked just like me, which at the time was weirdly uncomfortable and very unsettling. I've got 4 hours to kill, I have no social skills, and I don't know how to reach out. Fortunately, this cool guy comes up, sits next to me, and we begin to talk about Limp Bizkit, DMX, and NSYNC, my favorite musicians. Damn, the whole thing came about so naturally. In retrospect, I think he was my first Asian friend, my first Korean American friend. This 4-hour bus ride just got a whole lot shorter. So we get to the campgrounds for Sejong Camp or SJC in the late afternoon and begin touring the campgrounds. What I saw was not reassuring. This place was rustic, like a bad Hollywood summer camp movie. Wood cabins, shallow bunks, squeaky screen doors, and bathrooms came decorated with daddy long legs on the walls. And with no electricity, I couldn't play video games, and there were no other forms of distraction. Damn, I'm gonna be forced to interact with all these annoying Korean kids for the whole week. The first 2 days were drudgery. Routine. Breakfast, chores, Korean language class, singing camp songs. Sure, I'd had some fun and laughs with other kids my age, but we didn't really feel like best friends yet. But by the third day, it just clicked. Strangers became friends. Routine became comfort. This place felt peaceful, something I never knew at home. When everyone around you looks like you get to a point where you don't need to discuss it. It just is. A place where I can walk around, do stuff, and just be a kid without having to have a wild insult on deck, just in case things get racial. For the first time in my life, I was just allowed to be my stupid 10-year-old self. And when I got back home, things hadn't changed. Not that I expected them to. But every time some wild racist shit happened, I would think back to the feelings of peace and safety I had at camp. I wasn't an easy target. I was just Kyle, a regular kid who could just exist without being messed with. Knowing that things could be different was too powerful for me. Between how I felt at SJC and how I felt at home, I knew I wanted to feel this experience of peace whenever I could. So I went back to camp for 6 more years and continued to build close friendships that I treasure to this day. And for all of the difficulties that I had growing up, and if my biggest fear growing up was being in this Korean body, then feeling natural in it has opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Camp got me used to the notion of being Korean American. It's not foreign anymore. It built up a bravery and comfort in me to explore Korean culture and people more deeply, which now brings me comfort when life gets stressful and uncomfortable. What was once embarrassing and shameful for me just became a natural way of being. Yo, I'm Korean. These days, people don't really question my Koreanness at first glance anymore. I've got the Asian last name. I ask for the 2-block haircut from the Korean salon. And I go to noraebang whenever I can. But it's taken me a long time to get here. And I couldn't have gotten to where I am today, living naturally and comfortably as a Korean American, without my feelings and without my experiences at camp. SJC got me used to good things happening, and it got me used to interacting with people in good faith and expecting that from others. It really helped to inform what I thought was possible in my own life. As a kid, you really remember how things make you feel. And more than anything, Sejong Camp made me feel understood. And it put me in a position to live proudly and naturally as a Korean American man today. Thank you.